Hello, my name is Melissa Hronkin, and I'm doing a yoga story for kids today, Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. And the lesson plan is from Maya Horsager from Kumara Yoga for Kids. So a lot of excellent resources there. And it's reading month. I love to make literacy connections to movement and art projects. So I was just reading this to my third graders this week, and we looked at the video, and I thought, wow, that would be a great one for a yoga story. And sure enough, Maya had a lesson plan. So we're gonna start off with a little bit of breathing, and today we're gonna use the Hoberman sphere for our inhales and our exhales. So as we expand the sphere, we'll take a nice big belly breath and exhale. If you want, you can put your hands on your belly and also feel it expand like a balloon. And exhale. Great. So for this slide share, I have to actually get up and click the slide with on my computer, but it's kind of nice rather than using the book, because then you can see the illustrations too. So, all right. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. So first we'll be our wolf like Max is. We'll come to your knees and reach for your heels, or keep them on your hips, and we'll howl at the moon. Ow! Ow! And he looks like he's hammering up a fort there. So what we'll do is we'll come to a wide-legged stance, and we'll come to a wide-legged forward fold, and we'll twist one arm up and then the other arm up, and return to standing. And another, and there he is, chasing his dog, naughty Max. So we'll come down into downward facing dog. So if you come from standing, we can come down to a forward fold, walk our hands forward and our feet back, down dog, and you can do your take the dog for a walk, kick your legs. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, I'll eat you up. And so he was sent to bed without eating anything. So let's be Max's bed. We'll come down, sitting on your bottom, legs extended into a bent knees, hands behind us, fingers pointing away from your body. And we'll lift up into a crab pose. So we're going to be Max's bed. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. So let's be a tree. Shift your weight to one leg. I'm on my left leg, and my right knee is coming up and then turning out. My foot is on my calf. You can reach your branches up or bring them down to cactus. And release leg, release arms. And now the other side, hands to hips. Left knee up, Turn it out. My left foot is coming to my right calf. And reach your arms up to tree, tall tree, or bring them to cactus. And release. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. So it will be the vines hanging. We'll come to forward fold and we'll grab our arms and we'll get a little swing here. It'll be the swinging on the vines. Relax your neck and release. And we can be the moon up in the sky. So as long as we're here, we'll raise our hands up, clasp our hands, and right now I'm going to put my left foot behind my right, and we're going to I put my right foot behind my left, and we're going to lean to the left, be a crescent moon. And release, and we'll do a side stretch on the other side. So put your other foot, I put my left behind my right, arms up, and a side stretch, crescent moon. And release. An ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. All right, so let's be a boat. Come down to your bottom. And we'll extend our legs up and our hands out, balancing in a triangle point on our bottom. And you can bring your hands behind your knees and we'll rock back and forward and back and forward like Max's boat rolling on the waves. Rock and roll. You all can stay in boat while I switch slides, and in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. So we will go ahead and be this water dragon. So we're going to come down to one knee forward, one knee back, and we'll do this warrior variation. You can be your water dragon. You can make your noises and put your horns up if you want. Don't worry, we're going to be doing more wild thing, dancing and acting. And when he came to where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. So for this one, we're going to do lion. So we'll come to kneeling, or you can sit on your heels. And when we do lion, we stretch our tongue out as we breathe, exhale. And we also can look our eyes, move our eyes up in our head. So we're like looking up at our eyebrows. So let's give it a try. Inhale and let's do two more. And the last one, give it your all. Until Max said, be still, and tame them all with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. So we'll come into staff pose, legs out, standing up nice and tall and still, and Max is hypnotizing the monsters by staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And they made him king of all the wild things. So before we go to our wild rumpus, let's be king of all the wild things. Let's come out and do our star pose. the extended Tadasana, mountain pose, or star pose. King of all the wild things, put on your crown. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. So, for this one, we can take turns being the leader, and we can dance, and we can skip. So we can do that for however long we have, being safe. We'll copy the leader when it's their turn. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm just going to click through the illustrations for you. And they're swinging through the trees. Now stop, said Max, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. So, and all around, from far away across the world, Max smelled good things to eat. And so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. So let's do our breathing again to settle down after our wild rumpus. And we'll inhale and exhale. And Max is also smelling his delicious dinner from across the universe. And you can take off your magic crown, set it down over here. We'll pretend we'll take it off and set it down over here. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. So we'll do our water dragon again. Be on the other side. Maybe on this side too. We'll do both knees. And then we get to do our lion again. So hands on knees, inhale. And exhale. Scary lion, we'll do 2 more of those. 1 more. Great job. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. So we'll get back in our boat. Sit on your bottom, legs up. Hands up if you can, balance. And then grab the back of your knees and we'll roll in and out of days. And over a year. And through a day. And in and out of weeks. Keep rocking and rolling while I change the slide. And into the night of his very own room, where his supper was waiting for him. And it was still hot. So we'll come back to Max's room. And this time we're going to be the table. So hands below your elbows, elbows below your shoulders, knees bent. And will be our table. And after he ate his dinner, he probably went to bed. So you can come down into a nice relaxing Shavasana or corpse pose to relax. And we'll do our breathing again after all the movement and adventure. So here we go. Great job. So we can talk about Max's adventure. What do you think really happened when he went to his room? Maybe he fell asleep and dreamed his adventure, or maybe it was his imagination. Those are some answers that I usually get. So we usually talk about that, and then a project we commonly do is to create your own wild thing. So I have the students think about they make 3 lists: head of an animal, body of an animal, and legs of an animal. And then they list at least 5 in each category. And then they combine to make their own wild thing creature. So if we look back at some of the animals, the wild things, illustrated by Maurice Sendak, we see that we have some that look like they might be part mammal, maybe part reptile, bird, and so we talk about the different textures and colors and patterns we see on the animals. And again, then they create their own wild thing. It's a great chance to do some texture rubbing and some painting, and just a really fun way to talk about author and illustrator and imagination. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson today, and contact me with any questions. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, and may you be at peace. Bye-bye.